All right, guys, so most of y'all clicking in this video know by now Ashes of Creation is done, and you're probably wondering what my thoughts are on the matter. And without wasting too much of your time, here it is. As someone who has always given them the benefit of the doubt, as someone who genuinely did not believe that this game was a scam, based off of Steven's response and everything that has transpired this month, I do believe it was a scam now. I do. So I was wrong. Now, there is a possibility, there is a world in which this wasn't a scam and it was just poor business practice. It was incompetence. I'm not dismissing that entirely. I don't really give a shit at this point anymore because the game is done. But yeah, while we're on the matter, while the subject is hot, I think there's a possibility that that is the case, but I think it is highly likely, more likely, that the game is a scam. Like, if we were to remove the Ashes of Creation label from this project and we are to just write down on a sheet of paper everything that has happened, the objective information, I think you'd have to be dumb to think, yeah, this is not sussy at all, right? I'm pretty sure anyone with a brain would be able to see that. Of course, as someone that didn't think it was a scam, that was just my feeling, right? Of course, there was always a chance that it was a scam. I've mentioned this before. I personally didn't think it would be, but it was possible that it was, right? Again, I just didn't think it was. But now that this has happened, that pretty much solidifies it in my mind, and I do think it was a scam. So I'm not going to go into too many details as to why I believe this is the case. There are a lot of other content creators that are covering this. I will have to shout out Theory Forge right now for putting out a banger video with a lot of the information, a lot of objective information. And he actually published this video a couple of weeks ago. So I'm going to have his link in the description below. I would highly recommend you guys to check that out if you are interested in this, on this matter, on the whole Ashes thing. And I'll also link my boy Kira's video because I'm pretty sure his video is going to be pretty good. I haven't seen it yet, but he's always like the go-to guy when it comes to, you know, uncovering scams and all that stuff. And yeah, in case you missed my reaction on Twitch, here's the condensed version of it. Steven came out and essentially told people that he lost control of his company and the board is pushing the game in a direction that he does not endorse, he does not believe in, and it goes against his ethics, I guess. For me, it's really simple. I'm pretty sure we were all under the impression that it was his company. He owned the majority shares, right? He had the equity, the majority, right? He was the board, he was the CEO, it was all him, right? The game quite literally centered around this idea. It was a central pillar of the Ashes of Creation project, that there are no corporate overlords, right? We were all invested in his vision, right? Steven's vision. For him to blame this on a board of directors, it's like, man, first and foremost, I thought you were the board, right? And second of all, I thought you owned the majority equity, right? Because it's one thing to not have control of the board, which it seems like he does, right? But then it's another to not even have the equity to control the board. Generally, that's how it works. It doesn't really add up there, right? Like, forget about all the noise here. For me, it just comes down to, do you own the company or not? If you don't own the company, then why wasn't that communicated, right? Because we're all under the impression that you were. Now, it's totally possible that he recently lost control, right? For whatever reason. I'm sure a lot of these details will be shared soon. And based off of what a lot of these leaks are telling us, whether they're true or not, it does seem like he did lose control. And by the way, even if he did lose control, that doesn't entirely dismiss the idea that this was not a scam, right? It's totally possible that this was still a scam, even with him losing control of his company, right? All of it could have been intentional, all that stuff. But for me, where it begins is, does he not have control over his company? I'd like to know who owns the equity in this company, right? That like we can talk about the board all we want, but I'd like to take another step, a step before that, and ask who owns the equity first and foremost, and then figure out what's going on with the board, right? So again, I was under the impression that he did, and if he doesn't, it's not a good look because of that transparency thing, right? If he does, then I mean, there's the nail in the coffin, right? There's a lot of noise surrounding this game right now, and it'll be interesting to see for sure in the future more information come to light But yeah, I just wanted to get this quick video out and let you guys know what my thoughts are. Like I said, there's a couple of other creators out there that has done the digging, and I would encourage you guys to check out their information because they're going to present the objective information much better than I can. So definitely go check that check them out, excuse me, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. See you guys in the next video.